Let me pull out this tweet from Easy Street. And yes, I'm going to be zooming in. Can you see it? CoffeeZilla. Ghislaine Maxwell has been moved to a minimum security prison camp in Texas, despite not being eligible. Are we giving special treatment to a human trafficker? Why, the answer is the most definite Y-E-S. Yay! No justice! Isn't it great? Isn't it great? She's going to a minimum security federal prison camp in the great state of Texas. Now, I mean, look, I don't want to go all eyes wide shut here. Wink. But, I mean, why is she going there if she's not eligible? I mean, is something going to happen to her, or is she going to get pardoned? Is she going to be pardoned and sneaked out? Is someone going to retrial her case there and then she's going to go bye-bye? An inquiring mind wants to know, because it's like, holy crap, people. I mean, I knew we were ruled over by sociopaths. I knew we were ruled over by bad people, but man, even the ancient Romans weren't this bad. I mean, yes, they were brutal. I mean, come on. But jeez Louise, we pride ourselves of being more civilized. We pride ourselves of being honorable people in an advanced age of high technology, social media, and communications. Nope. We call that no bueno. So, ¿cómo estás, pendejos? There ain't no justice. ¿Qué pasó, cabrons?
Tonight, convicted Jeffrey Epstein accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell quietly moved to a different prison, from a low-security federal facility in Florida housing men and women to a minimum-security women-only prison camp in Texas, where instead of cells, inmates share dormitory-style housing.
Oh, look at that. Dormitory housing. Isn't that special?
The move comes as Maxwell's appealing to the Supreme Court to overturn her conviction and asking the president for a pardon in exchange for her cooperation. Last week, Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche interviewed Maxwell for 2 days, seeking information about anyone who has committed crimes against victims. Outside, her attorney said Maxwell would welcome relief from what he called terrible conditions behind bars.
We wouldn't keep animals the way she's been kept in prison.
A lot of the victims who've come forward talking about Maxwell said that she was more brutal than Epstein. And you know something? I'm going to let you out on a little secret. Sit down. I'm going to let you out on a little secret here, okay? Yes, Jeffrey Epstein, bad guy. Yes, he's a man, bad guy, right? Evil can come in many forms. Sometimes it'll surprise you just what a person is capable of. And just because Maxwell was a lady, if you don't think that she could be brutal, I've seen my fair share of mean ladies. I've heard my stories. You got to be careful out there, my lovelies. Evil can come in the greatest forms ever. It can come in many forms. Sometimes it'll come to you with bright lights behind it, shining ever angelic, with a smile on its face. Be careful out there, folks. It's getting real. Let me ask you guys this. Let's have a serious conversation, people. All right, I'm just gonna let you all. We're gonna have a serious conversation here. You think Miss Maxwell is gonna get out of jail, get a pardon, or something of that nature? Maybe not now, but maybe a little bit later on in the year or next year, something like that nature. She's going to be out there dancing it up with the hobnob of society or something of that nature. Type 1 for no, Kit. Justice is real. Don't worry, she's staying behind bars for a long time. Type 2. We're reaching the end of the great society. Evil will break out. She's gonna get her get out of jail free card. I wonder how many 2s are gonna show up in the chat. I wonder. Do you ever wonder? But don't worry, folks. Trump's gonna tell you that this whole Epstein thing was a scam by the Democrats. Remember how all those right-wing influencers got all the figgy pudding? I know, yes, I'm gonna say their names. I don't listen. These guys like Dan Bongino, remember him? Remember him talking about the Epstein files? Alex Jones, everybody, all of them talking about the Epstein files, but now it's a Democrat scam. It's a way to, because Trump's name might be on it. Oh, no, too bad. Oh, it's a good thing the internet does not have actual photograph evidence of Epstein and Trump together. I mean, that would just, it would be unreal. It'd be unreal. See, I feel energized in the evening. I don't know why. Why?
Thousands of documents in these bags, supposedly burn bags at the FBI in the secret room.
Well, I want everything to be shown, as long as it's fair and reasonable. I think it will be shown and it should be shown. And I think he feels that way. And I think Pam feels that way. But it's got to be, it's got to be stuff that really doesn't hurt people unfairly, because you have so many people involved. And if they can do that in a fair way, I think it's great. I think it's really great. The whole thing is a scam. It's a scam set up by the Democrats, and they love talking about it. But I would like to see people exposed that might be bad, and we'll see how that all works out. But it's getting to be very old news. If they had anything, they would have done it the week before the election, because they were losing by a lot. If they had anything, they would have done it. They control the file. The Democrats controlled it. Comey and all this, sleazebags, every one of them that you read about all the time. And I guess they've got some problems now having to do with yet a different scandal, very big one. But they control that file. So I would think that if they would have had something in the file, they would have released it about a week before the election, maybe 2 weeks, right, Brian?
That's right.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. It's all fake, right? But weren't you talking about how real it is? And I remember even him talking about on the PBD podcast, Patrick Bet David. Don't worry. Hey, I got a special video to share with all of you. It'll make you raise an eyebrow and make you say, what? And you should be saying, what? Oh, everybody should be screaming it from the rooftop. God almighty, heaven almighty, everybody should be screaming from the rooftop. Oh, by the way, hold on. Listen. No, your eyes aren't tricking you. That's Triple H. What are they talking about? President Trump on why Epstein stole people from Mar-a-Lago. First Triple H had to deal with all that crap was Vince McMahon, and there he is right next to Donald Trump. Oh, what would D-Generation X, what would everybody from DX be thinking now? This is not how I expect D-Generation X. Gen X, you gotta regulate on Hunter Hearst Helmsley, man. Come on, Gen X, make me believe again.
Family of Virginia Giuffre released a statement overnight in response to some of the comments.
Hold on, old man Barker. Oh, you thought you was tripping? This is night riding with Kit, late evening style. Believe you me, this is not a dream. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare, people. It's a nightmare. Oh, we're not done yet.
Family of Virginia Giuffre released a statement overnight in response to some of the comments that you made this week. You said that Jeffrey Epstein stole people from Mar-a-Lago. At the time, did you know why he was taking those young women, including Virginia?
No, I didn't know. I mean, I would figure it was ABC fake news that would ask that question, one of the worst. But no, I don't know really why. But I said, if he's taking anybody from Mar-a-Lago, he's hiring or whatever he's doing. I didn't like it. And we threw him out. We said, we don't want him, at the place. This is a story that's been known for many years, as you know. But it's I didn't like it that he was doing that. Yeah, please.
Family in Virginia.
Yeah, stealing people. By the way, I want to pull up this tweet from good old CoffeeZilla again. You know, I read it early on in the show. Miss Maxwell has been moved to a minimum security prison camp in Texas, despite not being eligible. Oh, poor CoffeeZilla. He's going through so much, man. You know, I thought I was going through some stuff. That man, holy cow. Oh, CoffeeZilla, I'm sorry, man. You know, and he's exposed a lot of scam artists and scumbags and real true villainy. He's one of the dauntless few in my book. He's got my respect from this time until the end of time. That man has my respect. But no, folks, there's no such thing. There's no such thing as justice. Evil has been allowed to thrive. You want to know why evil has been allowed to thrive? It's because we have politicians that will go ahead and be friends with each other. We have politicians that are okay to cover this up in real time. In real time. I want to play this video here, okay? Because I did mention CoffeeZilla, right? And the thing is, I think more people should be tuning in and checking this out because this man, hey, I really like the stylish shirt, man, Hawaiian style. Perhaps maybe I will leave the state and go to Hawaii. Come and get me, chase me down.
To the Epstein story than in a Harry Potter fan fiction. It seems like every time I turn around, huge parts of the story, of the official story, have been completely changed to the point that the most interesting part of the story are the rewrites, the changes. Many people like myself have been obsessed with the fact that the facts keep moving as we move the goalposts. First, it was the Epstein list. It existed. It's a cover-up. Then it doesn't exist. Now it's a hoax. Then Trump's going to give us the list. Then we have the changes to the Epstein footage story. It doesn't exist. Yes, it does. Here's the raw footage, except no, we saved it in Premiere Pro multiple times. But now we're getting changes to the story of the very breakup between our president and Jeffrey Epstein. Look, for years, we've been told that Trump kicked out Epstein from Mar-a-Lago because Epstein harassed the daughter of another member. This apparently all happened in 2007, and it sort of symbolized proof of how the president couldn't have been involved in this. After all, why would you kick someone out for being creepy if you were somehow involved in all of it? But now there's a news story coming from our president himself. He expounded in Scotland about the real reason that Jeffrey Epstein and him had a falling out.
But he stole people that worked for me. I said, don't ever do that again. He did it again. And I threw him out of the place.
So there it is. Rather than a member's daughter being harassed, it seems like instead it was over a worker dispute. Immediately after this news story about workers being stolen came out, it was clarified that he's specifically talking about workers being stolen from the spa.
And people were taken out of the spa, hired by him. In other words,
all the while, Miss Maxwell's in the background playing her little games.
gone. And other people would come and complain, this guy is taking people from the spa. I didn't know that.
Did one of those stolen persons that include Virginia Giuffre?
I don't know. I think she worked at the spa. I think so. I think that was one of the people. Yeah. He stole her.
Now, this is a remarkable change in our story because Virginia Giuffre is one of the lead accusers of Jeffrey Epstein. Everyone knew she was recruited at Mar-a-Lago. Now Trump is saying he not only knew about it, this is one of the reasons that he kicked out Epstein, apparently. People complained about Epstein at the time.
Other people would come and complain, this guy is taking people from the spa. I didn't know that.
Now, the reason this matters is because it completely changes our timeline. Remember, we had heard that he kicked Epstein out for being a creep in 2007. Now, this places us way over in 2000 when we're first hearing complaints from the spa, because Virginia Giuffre, there's a very clear timeline from court documents that she was terminated in 2000 when she would have been a minor. She met Ghislaine Maxwell, not Epstein, but it's also a problem for when everything happened because it's not until 2002. Then there's the famous quote from Donald Trump about Jeffrey Epstein saying, I've known Jeff for 15 years, terrific guy. He's very fun to be with. It's even said he likes beautiful women as much as I do.
Oh, yeah, beautiful women. Surrounded by beautiful women. Sometimes a lot of young women, who knows? I don't know. Hey, those rich guys in Miami and Florida, they partied it up, right? And a lot of politicians were rubbing elbows with Epstein too, huh? Miss Maxwell being the handler, now being moved to a minimum security prison camp in Texas. What did she say? What did she do? What does she have? Oh my God. If they actually let her out, listen, if you're a Trump supporter, you need to be so pissed off right now. I mean, seriously, like, look, I know I get a lot of shite for being a Bernie Sanders supporter, and hell, I'll even add more fuel to the hate, right? I really thought the Justice Democrats, DSA, brand new Congress, our revolution, I really foolishly thought y'all had what it took. You don't. Never did. It was a big waste of time. I regret any kind word I ever said about you. Bunch of losers.
Many of them are on the younger side. So if he's already had a falling out over stolen workers, specifically a stolen worker who was later trafficked by Jeffrey Epstein, if he had heard complaints about this, if he knew about this, and in 2002, he makes this claim, that's a real problem. Whereas previously, his kicking out and finding out about this apparent harassment of Mar-a-Lago clients, it doesn't happen until 2007. Now we're hearing it's been known about since 2000. So this presents a very fine line that the president has to walk in terms of what he knew when, because obviously you have to stick to your story that you kicked him out for being a creep, right? That's what was originally said. In fact, it's even been repeated by the White House. Stephen Chung, in a statement, claims the fact is that the president kicked him out of his club for being a creep. So that was the stated reason, but you can't know too much in 2000. Otherwise, it makes you look horrible when you compliment him for enjoying beautiful women. Because if you knew he was a creep and you didn't do anything about it, that's a problem. So when asked to explain this discrepancy, well, you said he was kicked out for being a creep. Then you said you did it because he was stealing your employees. Which is it? At first, we hear that they are related incidents.
President, you said yesterday your falling out with Jeffrey Epstein was over him taking some of the workers from your business. But your administration in the past said that you threw him out because he was a creep. So can you explain that discrepancy?
Well, maybe they're the same thing, sort of a little bit of the same thing.
So there you see, he's saying they're related. Stealing the employees was related to him being a creep. So you knew something, but then later he kind of says, well, I didn't know what he was using these stolen employees for.
At the time, did you know why he was taking those young?
Oh, God, look at Triple H. Triple H, man. Blink twice if you're in danger, buddy. Shawn, save your boy. Come on, Shawn Michaels, save your boy. No, ain't nobody going to save anybody. There's no justice. Maxwell's being moved to a minimum security prison camp in Texas where they have a dormitory kind of lifestyle. So see, you could be the handler or partner for the most prolific trafficker in international history. And guess what? You're given a slap on the wrist. If you knew all the rich people, the politicians, the tycoons, the business leaders, all of that, you don't have to worry about a single thing. You don't have to worry about a single thing at all. It's all over. Everybody, listen. I don't know how else to end this segment except for this statement here. And you know what? I want to be wrong. But sadly, Hardlands Media was proven correct about Russiagate. We knew it was bull. We knew it was bullshit. We knew that Bernie Sanders and the Democrats or any idea of reforming the Democrat Party was a waste of time. We got a lot of shite for that. We stood against all this corruption and abuse from politics. We stood against the censorship. We lost a lot. We lost a lot of friends for that. Some people actually believe in censorship or using censorship. So I want to be wrong about this. But everybody, your homework assignment is to pretend to make your best shocked face when Miss Maxwell gets out of jail. Am I wrong for saying this? Oh, absolutely. Yes, I am. And you know something? I want everyone to say, like, no, kid, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. But history's being rewritten right before us in real time. If you're a Trump supporter, you need to be so furious at your boy right now. And it's okay. I welcome everybody across the political spectrum to be here. You need to be angry at all those influencers who are saying, we got to stand up for the victims. We're going to help this out. And we're going to keep talking about it. Guess what? They're not talking about it anymore, huh? Notice how a lot of people are there quickly being lapdogs and twerking and shaking on Donald Trump. It's because they don't want to lose that money, baby. That influence. Hey, Joe Rogan, are you going to be talking about the Epstein files too a little bit more? I mean, Too Lazy to Try has been calling you out. Too Lazy to Try has been calling you out, man. I've been watching some of his videos. Everybody needs to be furious about this. In real time, the most prolific trafficker. And I just want to add this note here too. Some people might say to me, well, gee, Kit, why do you care? I'm going to tell you why I should care and you should care. Those victims, imagine for a moment, and if this makes you angry or makes you cry, I'm sorry. But those victims, those women, imagine if that was your sister, your niece, your granddaughter, your cousin, your friend. Imagine for a moment that was them. And imagine for a moment right now, as I speak, that there are other Jeffrey Epsteins and Maxwells out there lurking in the dark or in the light, either hiding in the shadows or out there in the open, catering to the most carnivorous, sociopathic, psychotic people to ever rule a country. And imagine for a moment that that's not fantasy, what I'm saying, but reality and a real danger that can hurt you and the people you love. I'm just going to say this because this is how I feel emotionally in my heart. I will put all the chips on the American people. But I remember growing up reading the comic books and the science fiction books and the movies that when great evil was around, the people stood up. And how great it was to finish that comic book or watch that movie or TV show and seeing those bad guys get their asses kicked. Come on, folks. Let's make it a reality. We know this is wrong. They're covering up the story in real time. Evil must be opposed. It's good to dream. It's good to dream.